Exterminate. Now.
To get started, I'm using this white pencil. This one is from Essence. All I'm going to do with this is I'm going to use it to draw a guideline as of where I want my claw marks to be. And I'm doing this as I go, nothing planned, just basically seeing what works best. And the reason why I'm doing it with a white liner, it's because if I do make a mistake or something that I don't like, I can easily erase it and it won't leave any trace that it was there, as opposed to using a dark pencil. It's going to leave a shadow and I don't really want that. So that's why I'm using a white pencil instead. Now, using some toilet paper, I'm going to cut it up in smaller pieces. The thinner, the better. I did find myself reaching for the thinner ones because it won't take as much space and you can follow your guideline. Once I've cut up the pieces of toilet paper, I'm going to be using liquid latex, and I'm just going to start applying some latex on top of the guidelines that I just made with the white pencil. And I did find that later on when I tried to stick the toilet paper to it, it wouldn't stick because it was already dry because I'm working with really thin layers. So my suggestion and one of my biggest tip would be that as soon as you lay down the liquid latex, right away you put the toilet paper piece on top and then cover it with more liquid latex and little by little start working that way. Because what I did was that I put a layer of latex and then I wanted to do the layer of toilet paper, and that didn't work because by the time I got to the toilet paper, the layer of latex was already dry. So what I'm gonna do is that once I place the toilet paper on top of the latex, I'm going to apply more latex to soak the toilet paper and then apply some more toilet paper and repeat the exact same process. Another huge tip that I can give you guys is let the latex dry 100%. That's the best thing you can do before you start doing anything else. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let the latex dry once I finish and I'm satisfied with the thickness. And I'm going to move on to my lips. First, I'm going to line them with this red lip liner by MAC. That's what it's called, red. It has 2 Ds. And then I'm just going to fill in and line my lips. And then right after I do that, I'm going to be using this Smashbox infrared lipstick. It's one of my favorite lipsticks and one of my first lipsticks actually. To check the latex and make sure that it's completely dry, you can tap on it, and if there is any wetness, you're gonna be able to feel it. And if there isn't, then you're good to go. Now I'm just going to take any pair of scissors and I'm going to start cutting straight lines across the face, kind of following the guides that I did earlier with the white pencil. And be really careful while doing this. You can use a smaller pair of scissors, but just be really careful, take your time. I have a really thick layer of latex, so my skin is really deep under there, so I wasn't really afraid. But if you are, you can also take some pointy tweezers and you can start ripping through the latex, which also will give you like a ripped out effect, which is perfect for the claw look. Once I've taken my time cutting up this latex and given cloth shapes, all I'm going to do is I'm going to cover the latex with foundation, just because the latex is white and I want it to be a little more realistic. So I'm just going to be using this foundation from CoverGirl. This one's in the shade M4, and then I'm just going to apply a lot of foundation on the latex because latex is a little bit on the plastic side, so it's a little harder to cover it up. But once it's covered up, we're good. Because again, we're working with latex, the foundation won't absorb as it would usually do on your skin, so it's wet on the latex and just sits there and it will stain. So to prevent that, I'm just going to apply any setting powder on top of the foundation. This one's the NARS Translucent Crystal Powder. So I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to mattify that latex and the foundation on top of the latex, and that's going to give me a nice base for the blood and everything to stick on. Taking this Hard Candy Black Diamond lipstick and just any synthetic brush, I'm going to start applying this lipstick underneath the flaps of the claws, which is basically the latex that we cut out earlier. And this is going to give some depth and definition to those areas to make it look a little bit more realistic and that it's actually clawed by a wolf, if that's what you want to say, because it is Red Riding Hood, so I'm thinking the wolf. I'm also going to apply this black lipstick around the edges of the latex, and I'm also going to apply that underneath my eye to make it look like it's bruised, underneath my nose just to make it look that I'm bleeding, around my mouth, and just basically any areas that I think that need more depth. Like I said, it's nothing particular, I'm just doing it as I go. Now using this liquid lipstick from BH Cosmetics, this one is Icon, and the reason why I'm using liquid instead of a regular lipstick is because the latex was really plasticky, so the regular lipstick was having a hard time staying on. So liquid lipstick worked perfect, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to apply that on the exact same areas that I apply the black lipstick, except underneath the eye. And that's about it, and this is just again for definition and more depth in those cuts or claw marks. Now it's time for the real stuff. I'm using this gel blood, which just means that once it dries, it turns into gel, so it's not dripping around and it's not staining everything you touch. But in order to use this gel blood, I have to heat it up, and I will do that by letting it soak in hot water for a few minutes. Before I apply it onto my face though, I'm going to make sure that the temperature is perfect because I don't want to burn myself. So I'm just going to check the temperature on the back of my hand, just because the back of our hand is a lot more sensitive to temperature, and it was perfect temperature. I wasn't going to get burned with this blood. So I'm going to start applying this blood all over the areas that I feel that are necessary. First, I'm going to apply it directly from the bottle and then with a foundation brush, and I'm just going to start dabbing that blood in just to make it seem a little more realistic and to give different blood spatter on the face or on the claw marks. And to finish this look off, we just need a pair of creepy contacts, and I'm only going to put it on the one eye that is damaged. And that's about it. It is a super simple clawed Red Riding Hood tutorial. I hope you guys really liked it, and if you did, don't forget to let me know in the comments down below. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on my next tutorial very soon. Bye bye. Mwah. Exterminate. Exterminate.